Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to my channel, Living Life. I'm Deb, and today we are going to make a no-bake banana nutter butter cheesecake. Yeah, you heard it right, nutter butter cookies. This is by request of my husband, who is a big fan of nutter butter cookies. He's the one that actually saw this recipe, asked me if I could make it, and I am making it with a little bit of a twist. It's something that I'm adding to it that I will show you in just a few minutes. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a family size package of the Nutter Butter cookies. As you can see, they're already open. I probably don't have to tell you who was into these. But what we're going to do is we are going to take first our springform pan. I've just got a 9-inch springform pan here that I cut a piece of parchment paper and just put it down in the pan. And what we're going to do is we are going to take our Nutter Butter cookies and we are just going to dip them in milk, and we're going to layer them in the bottom of the springform pan. So I have got my Nutter Butter cookies, and I'm just gonna do a quick dip, pull them around, and then we're just gonna start putting them around in the bottom of the pan. This is gonna be our crust for our cheesecake. And just a quick, you don't want to soak them till they're mushy. You just want to kind of dip, roll, and put them in the bottom of the pan. And if you need to break them when we get into the center, that is fine. Now, this recipe that I'm making is for a 9-inch. If you wanted to go with a smaller pan, you can just adjust with the cookies. I've never made this before. Like I said, it is by request of my husband. So we are going to give it a try. Together we'll see how it turns out. Right. I think I can fit one more. Now we want to save you may have some leftovers, but you're going to want to save them so that we can put some on top when we are done. And yeah, see, they're making it so the cookie is not, it's not mushy and soft, but yet they break real easily, and I think that is going to do it. All right, we're going to set this aside for now. Okay, we're going to set the pan aside, and then we just set it over here. We're going to take a big mixing bowl, and we're going to start making the cheesecake ingredients, the cheesecake filling. So I've got 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese, softened. And a little secret, which is what I did, if you forget to take your cream cheese out of the refrigerator and have it softened, I just take a bowl or a big glass of really hot water, not boiling, just hot out of your tap, and then just put the whole package of cream cheese right down in the water just for 5 minutes. And you have softened cream cheese. I mean, you want to make sure that you don't open the pack until it's softened, but works perfectly every time. Okay, now to our cream cheese, we want to add 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Now, my vanilla, I do have a video on making homemade vanilla extract, which is what I do, but whichever vanilla you use, you want to use a teaspoon. Then to that, we're going to add a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. Again, I've got it in a little ramekin cup because I also make my own sweetened condensed milk, so I don't have the can, but this is equivalent to a 14-ounce can of the sweetened condensed milk. So we want to add that. Okay. Then to that, we are going to add a family size box of banana cream pudding, and you want to use the instant pudding. That really is very important. You want to make sure you get the instant. So we're going to add that. Okay, and then we are just going to start mixing till we have a nice fluffy mixture. And here is where it is really important that you get your cream cheese softened. If you start out with a big cold lump of cream cheese, you're just going to have a really hard time getting it, getting the consistency that you need, the creamy. Oh, splattering it all over. I usually use my stand-up mixer, but I wanted you to be able to see the consistency, so I thought I would use my hand mixer. There we go. Almost done here. I'm whipping this stuff all over the place. Right. All right, perfect. Wipe myself off here. Oh my word. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to grab our springform pan, where we have our Nutter Butter cookies, and the first thing we're gonna do here is take a little bit. We're gonna take about half of our mixture, and we are gonna spread it on top of our cookies here. Oh yeah, something tells me this is going to be really yummy. You just want to be kind of gentle when you're smoothing it so that you don't get the cookies all mixed up down there. Okay, now I've got all of my first layer of my cheesecake mixture on top of the cookies, and I am going to start taking the sliced banana, and we are going to do a layer all around the top of our banana. You just go all the way around, and you want the whole top of your mixture layered with the banana. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some creamy peanut butter, which I use Jif, but you could use any peanut butter as long as it's creamy, and you are going to want to like pop it into the microwave for just a few seconds till it is liquidy. And then this is what is going to make it really, really yummy. We are going to take a whisk and we're just going to kind of drizzle on top of our layer of bananas. We don't want a solid peanut butter layer. We just want to kind of drizzle it on top. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. All right, now this is where my secret ingredient comes in. The recipe didn't call for this, but this is something that I'm going to kind of add. We do like the peanut butter and the banana, but we're also big fans of chocolate. So what I'm going to do is I have already made the mixture up. What I did, I took Oreo cookies and I crumbled them up. And you know that crunchy, chocolatey, yummy goodness that is inside of an ice cream cake? Well, what I do is I take the Oreo cookies, crush them up, and then I take the chocolate magic shell that you would put on top of ice cream, and I just put a little bit of that in, and it kind of creates that crunchy, chocolatey goodness that you find in the ice cream cake. So that is what I'm going to put on top of the peanut butter mixture. And oops, oh my goodness, I'm gonna dump you over here. Let me get you back up here. There we go. I am just gonna take this. You know what? I think it'll be easier. Just my hands are clean. I'm gonna use my hands. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top. Oh yeah. This is gonna be so good. And like I said, this is kind of an added treat here with the chocolate. You can omit the chocolate cookies altogether. I just think it'd put a real yummy touch in this. So. It's kind of what I like to do. I like to come up with my own little tweak on recipes, and you just would really be surprised on how yummy things can turn out when you do that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of our cream cheese mixture and just put it all on the top of the layer of chocolate. And then we are going to put the whole thing in the refrigerator, and we're going to let it chill for at least 2 hours before we go to the next step. So let's get the layer put on top. And again, you want to really be careful when you put the mixture on top, because you don't want to disturb the cookies. You may get some of them might peel up, but that is fine. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be so good. So good. Oops. Yes. It is. Kind of peeling up here, but that's all right. It doesn't have to be pretty as long as it tastes good. All right. perfect amount. Oh, yeah. There we go. All of that in there. Oh, it smells so good. You can smell the peanut butter. You can smell the bananas. All right, perfect. All right. All right, guys, so I am going to take this springform pan and our cheesecake that we have here, I'm going to pop it into the refrigerator, and then in about 2 hours, we'll be back. Alrighty, friends, welcome back. It has been 2 hours. I just took my cheesecake out of the refrigerator, and we are going to continue with the next steps. And then we are going to try a piece of this yummy looking cheesecake. So while I am getting the rest of these ingredients ready, let me remind you, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried any other recipes that are similar to this or this one. So let me get my peanut butter. The leftover peanut butter that we had, I put back into the microwave, just warmed it up a little bit. And what we're going to do with this, let me get you down here. I am going to just pour this on the top of the cheesecake. So we'll get this. And I'm just going to start right here in the middle. And we're just going to kind of put a little bit of a layer on here. Oh yeah, this is going to look really nice. And we'll just spread it on here a little bit, just in the center. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, and I have taken a little bit of my heavy whipping cream, and I just whipped it up and put it in a pastry bag and put a little tip on it just to do a little decorative topping. If you don't have a pastry bag, you can always get like a Ziploc bag, cut off the tip and just squeeze it out. But we are going to put just a couple of dollops here of some topping on here. Maybe one more. All right. Then I have a few of the Nutter Butter cookies left over. So we're just going to take a couple, and I'm just going to, I cut them in half, or broke them in half, and then we're just going to kind of stick one in between each. Little dollop of whipped topping here. There we go. That looks good. All right, guys. And there you have it. Does that not look wonderful? Okay, now here is the true test, and that is to loosen up the springform pan, and let's cut into it. Shake it around a little bit. Come on. Oh, goodness. You know what? I'm going to take a knife and go around the edge just to make sure this doesn't stick. This side came out real easily, but this side seems to be sticking a little bit. So So we're just gonna run this around the edge. There we go. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Yummy. Take a look at that. Does that not look yummy? And then you can see the layers here of the Nutter Butter cookies. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay, now I am gonna cut into this and we're gonna, let me get you down here. Okay, we're gonna cut into it. So let me get a knife. All right. Oh, we've got to get a cookie. So we're gonna put it right here. Oh wow, that looks wonderful. Oops, get a little bit of that cookie there. Okay guys, now is the taste test. Oh, this looks so good. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Oh wow. This is a good one. Yep. I think my husband would be really happy with this. So I'm going to take a piece into him. We're going to see what he thinks. But yeah, I'm going to give this recipe a thumbs up. It is really, really yummy. So, alrighty guys. Well, you guys have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. And hopefully you will try this recipe out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. See you on the next one, guys.